Well, good morning, YouTube. This is Chuck, and where am I at today? Well, I'm in Dolores, Colorado, in front of a fire station, and this is apparently the old station. Over there is the newer one, and it's apparently not a manned station because there's nobody here. But let me talk to you a little bit, and let me show you what I want to talk to you about today, because they got this old jewel sitting out here in front. That's an American LaFrance ladder truck. They still got it plugged in, so it apparently still runs. And there wasn't anybody here to ask permission if I could film this, so I figured I'd go ahead and do it, and hopefully nobody will yell at me. But this is an old 75-foot ladder on an engine, and according to the manufacturer tag inside, I looked inside it. It's a 1981 model, and it's got 38,000 miles on it. Looks like a 6V71 Detroit diesel in the motor. The cab, the hood's open. But this model is what they call the Century Series. And how do I know that? Because they use that basic cab design all the way up from the 900 series and the 1000 series. You can see that where somebody took the emblem off the front of it, and that's the Century Series emblem. The other thing that tells you it's a Century Series, let me go around the other side where I can stand a little bit further away. You notice how the jump seats bump out right here. I'm going to put my hand up here and show you. See where the cab comes here, and then it bumps out like that. And what the reason for that was look at this, how wide these jump seats are. Originally, the cab was the same width on the 900 series, and what happened was the motor started getting bigger, so the engine enclosure, which is called the doghouse here, that had to get wider. So what ended up happening is it made the jump seats so small that nobody would fit in them. So the way they addressed that is they bumped it out. This is what's called a canopy cab rig. Later on, they went to fully enclosed cabs with the same design, but they used this design for quite a while. Now, I actually was able to visit the American LaFrance factory where this was made back in 1982. And that was just when they were starting to make them in fully enclosed cabs. If I get too close to this thing, I can't show you the whole thing. But this old devil's probably seen a lot of service, although it doesn't have a lot of miles on it, and that's what happens with ladder trucks. And you can see it's been sitting out here for a while. The outriggers are down in the back. And as you saw, it's still plugged in, so it probably still runs. I'm sure it's been replaced. It's out of service now. But had to show you this old devil. It's I just love old fire trucks and these classic old American LaFrances with that front end. When I was at the factory with the time was in Elmira, New York, and they were actually in the old World War II vintage Norden bomb sight factory built during World War II, and that's where they moved to. But eventually American LaFrance got sold a couple of times. They moved to either North or South Carolina, I don't remember which one, and they eventually went out of business. They got bought by a private equity firm, and they ran them into the ground, and so you can't even they don't even make American LaFrances anymore. There's a rumor going around that somebody bought the naming rights and it's going to come back out again as a name, but it's going to be built by somebody else. So let me do a walk around of the whole truck. This is one of them old stories. I just stepped in a hole, that's why the camera jerked. And there's a pile of dirt and some weeds here. Forgive me for walking around that. There's the back of it. This is another one like I did one a while back. In fact, the last fire truck video I did was another one that was it was an engine with a 75-foot ladder on it, or that one was a 50-foot. This is a 75-foot. This isn't really a ladder truck, and it's not really what they call a quint, because it doesn't carry enough ground ladders. But as you can see, there's a hose bed back there. So this is basically what this is, an engine with a ladder mounted to it. And but it's a classic old thing. The old American LaFrances were pretty cool. So anyway, that's my video for this truck. And I'd like to talk to somebody here at this station, get a tour of it, but there's nobody here. And so apparently it's a volunteer station. The chief's rig is sitting over there, and it's plugged in as well. But there didn't seem to be anybody there at least nobody's come out to talk to me. So you got the nice, the bell and the flagpole here in front of the station. They had an old siren there, so at one time they had the siren. They probably don't use that anymore. But anyway, complete my walk around to this old truck. You might see the cloud of bugs here. But that's a classic American LaFrance. There's hundreds of them. That design was very popular. When I visited the factory, they had a whole bunch of them under construction that were going to New York City, and I got to see the New York City trucks under construction. So I'll let you go for now. I'll tell you as I always do. Take care of each other, love each other, and I'm going to find something more interesting stuff to show you here. And I'm going to probably try to do a windshield tour of Dolores right now and see if I can get you something good there. It's kind of a little bit cloudy day today, which actually makes filming better sometimes. So take care of each other. I'll be back again with another one real quick. Give you one more look at this old classic beauty, and I'll tell you peace out.